All right, taking a break from editing to go sailing to a new spot. Beautiful spot. I want to show you Clarity's shadow. I don't know why, I just think that is so cool. How's it going, Cap?
Going good. We're out of here. Can't believe we're actually keeping up with these guys.
We're racing the souped up version of Clarity.
Yeah.
Galileo, Galileo!
I think it's more like comparing a, we have the Toyota Celica, they've got the
Mercedes.
They've got the Maybach, they got the Mercedes. At least for now though, well, they're pretty far off the wind. We'll take what we can get.
Oh, I just remembered. I've got some black beans in the pressure cooker. Oh good, they haven't come to pressure yet. Having some trouble with the pressure cooker. I feel like it's not working as well as it's supposed to. It's taking me like 3 times as long to do soaked black beans, and I don't know what the problem is.
Question for you. Is this shake gonna be the secret to YouTube stardom? I need some abs if this station, this show, is gonna take off.
To your abs.
Oh, I can feel the washboards poking out as I take my first sip.
You gotta keep laughing. Keep laughing or you'll cry. I speak from experience. Keep laughing.
Your lipstick matches your cup.
Right? Everything's got to match. I mean, this matches this.
You are fully color coordinated.
Oh no, Nick.
I gotta see how this plays out.
Oh my God! Why am I singing? Am I really in the way now?
Oh no!
Oh, look at Nick! Oh no! You gotta grab your flip flop for a break.
Okay. Oh, this is part of the fun. Oh yeah. Oh man.
Dingy dancer.
It survived. Megan did not take it away from me.
You told me you got rid of that. Put that back.
I stashed it away.
Woo, we are flying upwind. Gorgeous day out here. Just cruising along, 7.5 knots and like 13 knots of wind. Just perfect out. Headed down to the Little Raggeds. There's a great little anchorage that has great protection from the north winds that are coming this weekend.
There you go. Piece of shit. That didn't go too well. I don't know what it is about this drone. We can't seem to fly it off the boat while it's moving. The last Mavic 1 Pro worked. We flew it off the boat many times. I actually flew it off several boats, quite a few times. And this one, I think this is crash on the boat number 3. I can't believe it hasn't gone overboard yet. This time it took off from my hand, and then it crashed into the solar panel, wedging part of a prop in the solar panel, and then it fell into the dinghy, which I guess is pretty lucky. It landed upside down, flopping around back here.
All right, it's 1 hour and 7 minutes before high tide, and we need a high tide to get into this little spot on south side between Ragged and Little Ragged. Question is, should we go in a little early with the rising tide so we have a little room to spare if we do run aground?
Interesting spot. It's not even marked as an anchorage on the charts. A hurricane came through here a few years ago and evidently scoured out a little channel. When I say little channel, I mean little channel. We've got maybe this much room between the keels and the bottom at high tide. At least when we run aground, the tide will still be rising and hopefully we'll float again. Oh, we're in a lovely spot protected from basically every wind direction. But for some strange reason, the pressures of the world are getting to us. We're feeling a bit stressed. So we're gonna head over to the beach, hang out, relax, maybe do a little bit of swimming. He's stalking these fishes.
Yeah. The second time I've seen just like a little fin sticking out of the shells.
Dun-na. 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 Dun-na.
What you guys don't know is that behind the scenes, when the cameras are off, we have a lot of really deep conversations about like what to do next, where to go. We don't have clarity.
That's the irony.
Be careful of boat irony. What I found. I'm rich! Now I'm really rich. Look at these. 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 What can I get for these?
I don't
They're
know.
everywhere.
I think the beach is made out of them. Look how healthy this is.
I love it.
Wow.
At the end of the world.
Gluten-free, vegan. What else?
We got all the
A taste delight.
fresh
Wow.
tortillas.
Yeah.
Can you make those too?
She's made the tortillas.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yep. The Ragged Islands are pretty much unpopulated except for one of the keys. And yet, walking paths crisscross the islands. Flip-flops, washed-up fishing gear, and baby heads are used to mark the trails. And while the leeward side of the islands where we anchor is pristine with beautiful beaches, the windward sides are a bit of a mess. There's definitely evidence that cruisers and locals are making some effort to gather this plastic trash, but it's pretty amazing just how much is stacking up. I started asking why there's so much trash on the windward side of the Ragged Islands, and I got my old textbooks out. Thought you might find this a little interesting. There's basically two currents that go through the Caribbean. The first is the Caribbean Current. That swings through the Central Caribbean and then pinches up between the Yucatan Peninsula and Cuba before it joins the Gulf Stream. The other current is the Antilles Current, which goes over the Greater and Lesser Antilles, north of Puerto Rico, and then north of Hispaniola. That northern branch, the Antilles Current, actually splits as it approaches the Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas. And there's a branch that sticks right near Hispaniola. That's the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Now, when we came north from the Caribbean a few years ago, the worst garbage we've ever seen floating out in the ocean was just north of Haiti and a couple 100 miles upstream of the Ragged Islands. Now, the point here is not to lay blame on the Haitian people for the ocean pollution, but it is a reminder that we are all connected and we're all sharing this earth.
And I always thought of the Raggeds being more pristine than the Exumas, but I think it's the opposite.
There's definitely less people down here, but there's no islands to catch the crap before it washes up here. Wow. That turtle has to be
sad to leave this place. We've had 4 days here. It's been magical, but it's high tide and we got to go.
We're motoring. There's no wind. It's spectacular out though. So hard to get over being in, 10 feet of water, gliding over the sand, the starfish passing by, little crabs swimming around right under the boat. Motored pretty well in one engine. We're doing 6.4 knots. Megan's downstairs making some dinner.
We're ducking into Raccoon Bay so that we have some daylight. So I'm always looking for new recipes, and I found this website called Downshiftology, and they had the best lentil soup, and I'm excited to finally be testing it out.
That's tasty. It's very tangy, corny and carroty. Yeah, thank you. It's early. Megan's still asleep. I'm gonna get the boat ready to go. We're gonna head up for Long Island. Get some shelter for a northerly that's coming. Kind of amazing how we transform this boat from a floating condo to a boat ready to go places. But we'll make this thing go here in not too long.
Good morning.
You ready to rock and roll?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Oh, they're big. Check these guys out.
Woo woo! Yeah! He's looking at him.
Hello. Hello.
Some sort of little compression zone, but it's picked up nicely. We went from 8 knots to 11 and a half, and that makes a big difference for boat speed. We're at 7 and a half, almost 8 knots. Not bad in 12 knots of wind.
Dude, we're about to catch a fish right before we go on the bank. You see these contours? Those are steps. And we're riding the steps up. That's where all the little fishies are. Here, fishy, fishy!
They're on an escalator.
They're on an escalator. And they're just gonna be swimming along and they're gonna see this red and white fish. And they're just gonna chomp on it and they're gonna be a mahi. Okay?
Beanbags again for the win.
This feels pretty good.
Wow, we got lucky. Cells building up behind us. Borderline thunderstorms.
Luck of the weather, man.
That's right. Well, we shouldn't say that. We're not quite there.
That's true.
We're about to enter the bank, and good thing for these electronic charts because these are really low islands. I can't imagine back in the day, like Columbus and all that, Like, how do they get close to these islands without running aground, trying to find their way up?
We're gonna get in the dark, but there's a moon, so we'll have a little light.
Sailing on the bank in the moonlight, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Forgot about the moon. What's happening?
Oh my God, we got a fish. I don't think it's a big fish. My feeling is it's probably a barracuda.
What is he? All right. Here you go. I guess just trying to clean up the bugs. I don't know where they came from. I don't know what they are. But I found a few bugs in flour products. And the protein powder bag is exceptionally hard to close. So now I'm keeping that in the freezer because I can't afford to lose any protein powder.
Protein powder is gold around here. Personally, I don't see any problem. The bugs in the protein powder is just extra protein. But Megan says she's got some sort of bias against bugs in protein powder.
Really? Really? I'm glad to know.
When was the last time we opened up that container?
I don't know. I think that's a bug on the edge.
They're hiding in the raisins. Yeah. Let's show you the bugs. You.
What?
I found them.